Welcome back, listeners. Once again, I'm the Tales Keeper. Tonight's file comes from the Philippines, and it's about a creature that doesn't hide in forests or ruins. It lives among people. It wears familiar faces, and it waits until nightfall to reveal what it really is. Before we continue, take a moment to subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you don't miss what comes next. Now, let us continue. Act 1. Something Wrong After Dark. Aswang stories rarely begin with panic or violence. They begin with subtle changes. A village grows quieter at night. Dogs that once barked endlessly now whimper or hide. Chickens refuse to roost. Parents notice their children waken suddenly, crying without reason. People start locking doors earlier than usual. Lamps stay lit longer. Conversations lower to whispers once the sun sets. Someone notices a neighbor who no longer joins evening gatherings. Another notices a familiar face that avoids being seen after dark. A shadow passes a window, but no footsteps follow. Elders notice these changes immediately. They've heard the stories before. They know that when the night feels too still, it isn't empty. It's waiting. Act 2. What the Aswang is. The Aswang is not one creature. It is a name given to many horrors. In Philippine folklore, Aswang refers to beings that appear human during the day but transform at night. They are hunters, deceivers, and predators that rely on blending in. Some are said to feed on blood, others feed on organs. Some target pregnant women, others prey on the sick, the elderly, or the isolated. What unites all Aswang stories is deception. They don't lurk far from people. They live next door. They attend gatherings. They learn schedules. The horror isn't the transformation itself. It's the patience. Act 3. A common village encounter. One of the most common Aswang encounters begins late at night. A person wakes to a sound on the roof. Light scratching. Careful movement. Not loud enough to alert neighbors. Not heavy enough to be an animal. They peek outside and see a figure perched unnaturally high, crouched where no person should be able to stand. The figure doesn't move. When the person gasps, the figure turns its head slowly. The face looks familiar, too familiar. By the time the person blinks, the figure is gone. No sound, no sign it was ever there. The next morning, something is wrong. An animal lies drained. A baby grows weak. A family member complains of exhaustion that doesn't fade. And people begin watching each other more closely. Act 4. The sound that gives it away. Across regions, one detail appears again and again. The sound. People describe hearing a clicking noise, a soft flutter, a wet sucking sound carried by the night air. Children are taught a terrifying rule. If the sound is loud, the Aswang is far away. If the sound is faint, it's already near. Villagers say this sound comes from the creature's feeding or movement through the air. Others believe it's meant to confuse victims, making them misjudge distance. People freeze when they hear it. Lights go out, breathing slows, because reacting too quickly can draw attention. And the Aswang notices fear. Act 5. Forms of the Aswang. The Aswang's appearance changes depending on the region. Some stories describe creatures that detach their upper bodies and fly through the night, organs trailing beneath them. Others transform into dogs, pigs, birds, or shadowy shapes that move unnaturally. But the most feared form is the one that looks completely human. This Aswang walks upright, speaks kindly, laughs easily. It shows no signs of transformation until it's alone. People say these Aswang have eyes that reflect light differently, or shadows that move out of sync. or smiles that linger too long. The danger is not seeing a monster, it's realizing you've been speaking to one. Act 6. Protection and Warnings. Across the Philippines, protection rituals are deeply ingrained. Salt is placed near doors. Garlic hangs by windows. Iron objects are kept close to beds. Babies are guarded carefully at night. Some households place mirrors facing outward, believing Aswang avoids seeing their true form. Others burn herbs or recite prayers before sleeping. These practices aren't treated as superstition, they're treated as precautions. Even today, many rural families still follow them. Not because they expect to see an Aswang, but because they don't want to risk being wrong. Act 7. Why the Aswang is so terrifying. The Aswang isn't feared because it is powerful. It is feared because it erodes trust. When anyone could be hiding something, every smile feels suspicious. Every kindness feels calculated. Every late-night noise feels deliberate. Communities fracture under that fear. People stop visiting each other. Children are kept indoors. Strangers aren't welcomed. The Aswang doesn't need to attack often. The fear it creates does the work for it. Act 8. What people remember. After. Those who believe they encountered an Aswang rarely describe dramatic attacks. They remember moments. A neighbor staring too long. A smile that felt wrong. Eyes reflecting moonlight unnaturally. Some leave their villages entirely. Others stay but never sleep without lights again. Because once you accept that something can live among you, pretending to be human, every familiar face becomes a question. Thank you for watching this entry in the Dark Creature Files. The Aswang remains one of the Philippines' most feared legends, not because it hides in darkness, but because it walks openly in the light. Stay alert, trust your instincts, and I will see you in the next file.